All right, great stuff. And one final game here we want to cover. We'll head to the college ranks for you. Marco D'Angelo, WagerTalk.com. Let me ask you, North Carolina taking on Syracuse. The Syracuse Orange men, right? Dino Babers taking on Mac Brown. This is a lot of points. Over 3 touchdowns, 22, 23, somewhere in there. This number feels like it continues to go up. What are your thoughts on the Dino Babers, Mac Brown battle in the ACC?
Well, without having, spring practices, teams not being able to prepare and get themselves ready for a new season this year with the situation with COVID, you've got to look again at teams that are going to hit the ground running. Well, the North Carolina offense is absolutely loaded. They bring back almost the entire offense, 10 of 11 starters, including quarterback Sam Howell. And Howell last season, he threw for 38 touchdowns. Now, if I got a team that's going to score, that's where I'm going to start to look. But then when I look at the other side of the football, Syracuse, they're a team that brings back only 4 starters on defense. That's going to be bad in any year, especially a year like this where you don't have all of the practices. But to compound the situation more for the Syracuse defense, they're changing defenses this year. They're going to go to the quirky 3-3-5. That takes time to learn. And if you're going to learn a defense like that on the fly against an offense that that's going to come out smoking, bringing all those guys back from last year, Syracuse is going to have some problems staying in this game early, Joe.
All right, and don't forget, guys, you can get all of Marco's best bets for the weekend at WagerTalk.com. Now, Mark Lawrence, SportsMemo.com. Dino Babers, Mac Brown. North Carolina's loaded. We know they're loaded here with returners, but are we maybe overhyping this North Carolina Tar Heels team a little too much for a Week 1 matchup?
Seems like a lot of points to me in this football game as well. You're talking about a coach, Dino Babers from Syracuse, who is the epitome of a good coach on the road and horrible at home. He's got a real good dichotomy that way. In his career, 13-1 to the spread on the road, just 17-1 at home. You're going to look to back Babers when he's on the road in situations like this, in road openers, as this is. How about Dino Babers? 6 times he's been in this first road game. He's won 4 of them straight up and cashed the money 5 times. I'm going to also take a look here, 4-0, by the way, with Syracuse in those particular numbers. But what really jumps off the page to me in this football game is this. You have a Syracuse team last year that had their win total slashed in half. Everybody's bailing out. They want to jump off the ship. North Carolina really was a surprise football team last year, and everybody wants to jump on board. Whatever happens when one team gets real popular and the other team gets real ugly, you want to make a case for the ugly dog, and that's exactly what I'm going to do in this football game. Remember this, when these two teams last met, it was in 2018. Syracuse beat them solidly, 40-37, as double-digit favorites. Now they're taking a whopping 22 points in this football game. That's way, way too much of a swing, all based largely on what happened last year. And one other final contention or note of mine is that with COVID football being here in the world of college football, I'm going to make strong cases, if I can, to fade home favorites. With a lack of fan support, especially those laying prohibitive home favorites, laying big numbers here, we saw it with Southern Mississippi when they went down and lost the whole game to South Alabama, and the coach ended up quitting afterwards. We're going to see a little bit more of that early on in college football this year. I'll be fading a lot of double-digit home favorites.
All right, there you go. Gentlemen, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to join us. Make sure you visit both of these gentlemen all season long. WagerTalk.com, Marco D'Angelo, SportsMemo.com with Mark Lawrence. Good luck with your plays. We'll talk again soon.